Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about some music theory. We're going to get started with just some modes of the major scale. So let's just see. Where's that website I used last time that didn't actually work? I tried doing this screen recording. Well, you know what, it's fine, I don't need to use that. I'm just gonna make a note about this. Shut up. Why in the world was that there? I do not know. But here we go. Modes. Modes. So, the first mode, the major scale, I'm gonna give this one, the yellow is obviously major itself, with a pattern, with the scale degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's how the major scale sounds. And the chords go like this. A good Jewish song in the major scale that beautifully illustrates the sound of it as well is Die Donnerstag. And it goes like this. And it also illustrates functional harmony beautifully using a G7 chord on this part and then resolving to C. Beautiful functional harmony in the key of C major. Change to pixel eraser real quick. Okay, next up, if you start the major scale on D instead of C and use all the same notes as C major, you get the second mode of the major scale, which is called Dorian. Let me just see if I can get this spectrum. Let's just see. I think I'm gonna use like this blue for Dorian. This looks nice. So Dorian is the second mode of the major scale and has the formula 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and highlight this flat 3 here, just to show you that is Dorian's characteristic note there. So here's how the Dorian scale sounds. So that's Dorian. The chords are like this. Sorry about that mistake there. I just made a mistake there. Played C major instead of C minor, but whatever, it's fine. To be perfectly fair, I do not know any Jewish songs in Dorian mode. Not any I can think about off the top of my head anyway. And I think I would do well to highlight where Dorian's diminished chord is as well. So the diminished chord falls on the 6th degree in Dorian, whereas it falls on the 7th degree in major. Okay, then, next up, pretty dark and evil sounding, you can use purple for it, is Phrygian mode. The formula 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. Don't think I have enough room for that flat 7. I'm going to have to turn off draw with finger for a moment. Oh, seriously? You're not going to let me do this? Come on, draw finger back on, I guess. And I guess I'm just going to have to write the flat 7 down here. So that is Phrygian mode. Here's how it sounds on C. And the chords are thus. The diminished chord in Phrygian falls on the 5th degree, whereas Phrygian's characteristic note is a flat 2nd. And I think I'm noticing an interesting correlation here. The characteristic note of the scale makes a tritone with the root of the diminished chord. In Dorian, that characteristic note is a flat 3, 1, 2, flat 3, and the diminished chord is on 6, 4, 5, 6. Nice, isn't it? And then Phrygian, 1, flat 2, that's a characteristic, flat 3, 4. That's a tritone right there too. So let's turn off draw my finger again, just as I scroll down a little. And now, next mode of the major scale is very ethereal, so I think I'm gonna try to find like a nice little, very light color for it. So, why am I using that? Darn it, I didn't realize I was still on that. Let's change it real quick to that very light blue. It's more white now. So Lydian, its formula, it's the only mode of the major scale with a sharp in its formula. 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7. And here's how Lydian sounds. Sorry, I was an octave lower that time, but whatever. Here's it. Here's starting from middle C. Lydian tends to have a mysterious sound because of this raised fourth, with indeed the sharp 4 being the characteristic note of Lydian. Let's highlight that. And just for your info, it is also the note with the diminished chord. So, gonna leave a bit of the yellow peeking through there. In Lydian, the chords are thus. A good example of a song that in Lydian mode is Napoleon's March. It's not fully in Lydian mode, but here's some of it. Here comes that raised fourth. Yep, that F sharp in the key of C major. That raised fourth right there. Makes it feel regal, doesn't it? And now for the next mode. It's Mixolydian. I'm gonna give it a green. I'm gonna want to make it a light green because that way I avoid the problem of, oh crap, I didn't realize I was still on that. Silly me. Let's make it light green. Try to get to that exact shade I made it, but that other thing by mistake. Trying to get this perfect. It's fine. Ready? Now got Mixolydian is like the major scale, but with a flat 7. So formula is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. As you can see, I have to continue on that line again. Mixolydian's characteristic note is a flat 7. So here's how it sounds. And the chords are thus. The diminished chord is on the 3rd note of the scale. Guess we could give that a green highlight as usual. You know, green because I chose green because, let me explain. In Harry Potter, green is a color of the light that comes when someone uses a killing curse. So, and to me, tritones are they're just so dissonant that I feel like if you got enough of them, they could kill, so why not use green? This tritone's particularly nasty. That one, yeah. Now moving on, let's get a nice dark blue for our next mode. Make it not too dark though. Why am I still in a stupid highlighter? Silly me. I always forget to change over from the highlighter. Next mode is Aeolian. The saddest mode, I would say, with the formula 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. here, the characteristic note is the flat 6. So in Aeolian mode, that characteristic is flat 6. With the tritone, is on the 2. So here is how Aeolian mode sounds. And here are the chords. To me, all the scales actually have different feels to them. Like, they all feel different. Some feel happier than others. And to me, C Aeolian, for some reason, feels like the happiest key there is. Just have a listen. Shall we do a different song? The demonstration? C Aeolian could be kind of happy, but how about we go up a semitone and mood shifts dramatically? If we do something like this. Recognize that? Oh, that's a dude. That was just a little bit of Moonlight Sonata, but it has a very somber feel, doesn't it? Well, it's about time we scroll down again. And Aeolian was a 6 mode, didn't we say that? Well, it's time for the mode that I look upon with most distaste. To see if I could make it the thickest line possible so that I could write in black. And don't worry about this white. I'm just gonna be writing in black. Only reason I haven't selected, like, I'm just coloring this white so that way I could write the black, you know. Only reason I haven't selected green for this is because I already used green for Mixolydian. And also because Locrian, did I just let it slip? Yeah, I did. But Locrian is the darkest of the modes of the major scale, so figured I would use like this. Ready? Here we go. Let's shift it to black. So Locrian. Don't get me started on Locrian. Well, anyway, the formula is 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5. This is why I hate Locrian. Flat 6, flat 7, 1. Why did I need to put that 1 there? Well, whatever. Let's just put this back in white here. Now it's time to set the line back to the thickness, I guess. Okay, now time to highlight the characteristic note of Locrian, which is the flat 5. And the diminished chord falls, annoyingly enough, this is why I hate Locrian, on the 1. Here's the way Locrian scale sounds. Here's Locrian mode. Don't you just hate this? Well, here are the chords. Brought to you very reluctantly. Can you call this a resolution? I didn't think so. That is why Locrian is looked up. That's why I look upon Locrian with utmost dislike. Let's just see if I could get just enough white there to keep the general feel of it. Okay, I think we're all good here. I'm just gonna get rid of the rest of the white below Locrian. There you have it. The modes of the major scale. Shut up. It's just doing all this stuff I don't want to do right now. But yeah, that was just Locrian for you. That was just the modes of the major scale for you. And I just realized I completely forgot to mention my Mixolydian song example. That will be none other than Asado Sudasa. There's your flat 7th of Mixolydian, but that's it for the modes of the major scale. Now it is time for a few more modes. Oh, seriously? You still got some white there? Can't believe it. Hold on, let's just draw the finger back on there. Okay, good. Got rid of all the white, don't worry. Draw the fingers on, so good. Exactly I want it to be. And we're now going to move on to harmonic minor. Harmonic minor is a scale that sounds like this. Distinctive raised 7th right there. I did it twice just so you can tell. So these are the modes of harmonic minor. Let me just... Yeah, I think you are still screen recording, which is great. See about harmonic minor. So the first mode of the scale is obviously the harmonic minor scale. You gotta start selecting different colors. I'm gonna select this blue for harmonic minor. Harmonic minor itself has the formula of 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, 7, 1. So we're going to use the same color scheme as before. The characteristic note of harmonic minor is a raised 7th. That is what distinguishes it from natural minor. Here's natural minor. Here's harmonic minor. You heard how harmonic minor is B natural there in the QC? Well, yeah. Now for the chords. I'm gonna have to literally construct these from scratch. I just decided to add the 7th because it's possible to have a G7 in the key of C harmonic minor. Otherwise that would be G minor 7 sounding like this. Just on resolve, but we're not done with the chords yet. So you could get to see 2 different ways of this scale. You get to C minor 2 different ways. You could go this way, or you could go this way. Don't know why I duplicated that 1 there. Let's get rid of that. Simple as that. Harmonic minor is interesting because, and its modes are all interesting too because they each have 2 diminished chords and an augmented chord. So I'm going to show you the placement of the chords. So the diminished chords in harmonic minor are on the 2 and the 7. So let's just put a bit of green in the center there. And the augmented chord is on the flat 3. Gonna put it in red, I guess. Yeah. So your diminished chords are on 2, 7, and 7. The characteristic note is a 7. Augmented chord is on the flat 3. Second mode of harmonic minor. A little bit brighter than harmonic minor, I dare say. Let me just go take a look at my paper real quick. It'll make things a bit quicker for me. Where are you, modes of harmonic minor? Oh, I see you. Oh, I think I see where you. Oh no, I tossed it out. Silly me. Don't know why I tossed it. Like I figured I knew those by heart, and for the most part I did. But here's the second mode. I'm not even sure what to call it, honestly, because like there's just a couple variations on what to call it. But here is the second mode. I think I'm gonna call this scale. It's even darker than I thought. Actually, gonna give it very close to black, but not exactly black, so you can still see it against the black background. But this scale, for these purposes, I'm going to call it Dorian Flat 5. Actually, wait a minute. Can you call it Dorian Flat 5? No, you can't. Silly me. Let's just call it Lockerian Natural 6. Hopefully you could see that. Like, I mean, I could barely see it. Like, if I turn the iPad at this right angle, it completely disappears. Let's just turn the brightness up a bit, shall we? Yeah, now you can see fine, right? So, Lockerian Natural 6 has a formula. 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 6, flat 7. And I already played the scale for you. I'm not even going to bother playing all the chords. I'm just going to construct them, saying them out for you. So let's start off with the augmented chord. That's where we left off last time. So the augmented chord would be on 4, 6. Cannot be 4, 6, 1. I think it'll be flat 2, 4, 6. Yeah. Let's see. There's the augmented chord in Lockerian Natural 6. I'd say the characteristic note is its natural 6. Because after all, why else would it be called Lockerian Natural 6? The diminished chords are on 1 and 6 in this scale. Okay, let's turn off draw with finger, scroll down. Next mode of harmonic minor is, let's see. Yup, it's Ionian sharp 5. To me, the scale always has an aggressive sort of sound. I don't know why. Not sure what color I want to use for it. I think I'll use this red for aggression. Maybe I'll use a bit of a brighter red. There we go. Okay. Come on. Oh yeah, I forgot to draw the fingers off. There we go. So you have Ionian sharp 5. You just do what it says on the 10. You take a major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, but then raise a 5th. Sharp 5, 6, 7. And continue like it works the normal major scale. Here it is on C. And I know a very good song that starts on this scale. There it is. It exclusively uses that Ionian sharp 5. Which it, like, every time it hits the 5th, it's sharp. That's what I like about that song. The only song I know that fully stays in Ionian sharp 5. And then, of course, you have Leibig Cacophoniga, which goes. Which is in the key of B flat major. Yeah, it uses F sharp a couple times. But not throughout the whole song because of this. F natural. But let's get right down to business. Starting off with a distinctive note, it is a sharp 5th, obviously. Now if we move on to the... Let's highlight that a bit better. Now if we move on from the distinctive note, we're going to move on to the diminished chords. Those will fall on scale degrees 7. And where else could it fall? Sharp 5, of course. Of course it falls on sharp 5. Now let's see. Also your augmented chord will fall on the 1. And since I did the 1 in red, the red that I used to highlight augmented chords pretty much completely it's obscures 1. It's fine though. You'll know it's 1 because if you're not listening to this as I'm speaking, because you probably aren't. This is going on YouTube, you know. But the 1 is basically the one to the left of the 2, obviously. Third mode of harmonic minor. Actually, my bad. I only sharp 5 wasn't the third mode. So fourth mode of harmonic minor is a form of Dorian mode, as you could probably guess. This one, Ukrainian Dorian. I used to call it Dorian sharp 4, but I don't like that so much. I like Ukrainian Dorian. Brings attention to the war in Ukraine, I guess. The scale degrees are, the formula is 1, 2, flat 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. The distinctive note, why did I just write the 1 again? I don't know. But the distinctive note of Ukrainian Dorian is its sharp 4th. The diminished chords. Well, here's how the scale sounds on C. Here's a song that you could always use to recognize Ukrainian Dorian. Da la la ya. That was back to our major, but whatever. That was Hope Kazakh, or at least a snippet of it. Another song to recognize Ukrainian Dorian. There it goes, sitting on that sharp 4. Down to the 3. Down to flat 3, I should say. Yeah, that was a snippet of Hillary Bear there. The diminished chords in Ukrainian Dorian, as I was saying, of course, one has to fall on the sharp 4, because that's a characteristic note. That's exactly what happens in all the modes we've seen so far. And the other diminished chord would be on the 6. And your singular augmented chord. Hold on a moment.
Hello. Just make sure your nails are clean.
I'm in the middle of a screen broadcast recording that's going on YouTube, that's why. Sorry about that. Now, getting onto our augmented chord of Ukrainian Dorian. That will be, well, let's just see. On our flat 7, which is interesting in my opinion. This B flat aug. That is what you get in Ukrainian Dorian. Okay, cancel that. Don't know why that happened. Okay, next mode of harmonic minor is probably the best known. Besides for, obviously, harmonic minor itself. Let's keep Ukrainian Dorian in view, though. And that mode is... Just give me a moment. Phrygian dominant. Gonna use this lovely lilac color. Phrygian dominant. You could also call it Phrygian natural 3, but that's a bit clunkier than Phrygian dominant. And you'll see why it's called that in a second. The formula is 1, flat 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. Its characteristic note is, you guessed it, the raised third. And here's how Phrygian dominant sounds. I'm also familiar with that Middle Eastern sound. Like that Arabic sound. It's also a pretty Jewish sound, if you get what I mean. It's used a lot in Jewish music. The diminished chords of Phrygian dominant are on the 3 and 5. The 3 because, after all, it is a raised third, you know, it is a characteristic note, and the 5 because Phrygian mode has a diminished chord on the 5, and the augmented chord of Phrygian dominant seems to be on the flat 6. So that will be Phrygian dominant for you. Next mode is a bit of an interesting one. I would dare say the next mode is a bit interesting. Here's how it sounds. Here's how it sounds. I haven't thought of a good label for it yet. It's basically a Lydian dominant scale, but the third is flat. Like, what? Wait, what am I thinking? Oh, yeah. It's a Lydian dominant scale, the third is flat. I don't know what to say about that. Like, I just got no idea what that would be, honestly. Like, off the top of my head, let me just repeat that formula. 1, 2, flat 3, sharp 4, 5, 6. Wait, what am I talking about? Silly me. I'm thinking about the wrong scale here. Oh, here I am. I was thinking about the wrong scale entirely. I knew I was talking about Lydian. But I think I was talking about Lydian Sharp 2, not Ukrainian Dorian. Guessing the word Ukrainian Dorian made me think about that, but whatever. Ooh, that's an interesting sound. Augmented second right at the beginning of the scale. How do you like that? Sorry about my little mistake there, but let's see. Which color should I use? Like, I think I'm going to use this almost white. Somehow more ethereal than Lydian. It's a very simple scale. 1, sharp 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7. You just do what it says on the tin as with Ionian sharp 5. The characteristic note is obviously the sharp 2. Down your diminished chords appear to be on the sharp 4 and sharp 2. And your augmented chord is going to be on, I think, the 5. Yeah, the 5. Your 5 chord will be augmented in this scale. Okay, we got one last mode to talk about. The harmonic minor, famous for having 2 diminished chords, is also famous for having 2 modes that can be called Locrian. This is no mixed Lydian mode. This one's flipping second Locrian type thing. Like, I don't know why I've got 2 Locrians there, but it's interesting. Music theory. Well, for now, let's just work out the scale. Ow! Locrian flat 4, double flat 7. Why do you have to hit me with the double flats? You know what I'm gonna do here, actually? White. Make this thicker. Like I did for the other Locrian. I'm gonna thicken this up. Make sure that there's plenty of white so I can write in black. Because I'm not doing a flipping white. Because I've got to do black on white for Locrian. Specifically for this one, I gotta do black on white, you know. Let's see. Locrian, flat 4, double flat 7. It's pretty much what it says on the tin. The scale goes 1, flat 2, flat 3, flat 4, flat 5, flat 6, double flat 7. Wow, so many flats. Isn't it? And you know what I think is interesting that I nearly forgot about entirely? Diminished 7th chords. Diminished 7th chords, diminished 7th chords, diminished 7th chords. There's only really 3 diminished 7th chords in the entire 12-tet system. Because each one is symmetrical and there's 4 notes in each one, and 3 times 4 is 12. That's why. So for now, I'm just going to show you a select few. The specific note, the one that is distinct, like the distinct note, that will be your double flat 7. Like, it's the only mode of harmonic minor to have a double flat 7 in it. Don't know why I nearly said melodic minor there. I guess I'm just more used to talking about melodic minor because, you know, melodic minor is a bit more interesting to me because it's not used as much. Okay, now for your diminished chords, obviously there's one of the double flat 7. Where is there? What'd I say? Or should I label 2 characteristic notes? Obviously there's this one. And then, of course, I have a diminished chord on the flat 3. And I guess you could say, hold on a moment. I guess you could say there's a diminished chord on the flat 5 and on the double flat 7, but I wouldn't exactly say that. Okay, now for the augmented chord. See, it's usually to the right of the second diminished chord. That means the flat 4 should be augmented. Yep, flat 4 is augmented. And the reason I didn't label flat 4 as a characteristic note is because in melodic minor you already have a locker-in scale that has a flat 4. In the modes of melodic minor, if you look at the 7th mode, that's locker-in flat 4, so no use in calling the flat 4 as a characteristic note here. As like, it's the double flat 7. Now, let's just erase all this excess white. They only want to leave as much white as absolutely necessary, which I don't even really want to have to play the scale again, but I will, I guess, just in case you missed it. And now, I'm going to pick one special color. I'm going to pick a dark green, this nice forest green, and I'm going to use it to highlight all the diminished 7th chords, like which notes you build the diminished 7th chords off of here. In harmonic minor, you will build your diminished 7th chord off of the 7. Like, basically, it's the second locker in natural 6. It will be on the 6, say here in the key of C. Then you're going to be going to Ionian sharp 5. So Ionian sharp 5, and it's diminished 7th on the sharp 5. Then you have the Ukrainian Dorian scale, has its diminished 7th on the sharp 4. The only reason I'm not working it out as I go is because I know that it's on the characteristic note. I know Phrygian Dominant has its diminished 7th on the natural 3. Lydian sharp 2 has its diminished 7th on the sharp 2. And then, last but not least, the only one that doesn't have a diminished 7th on the characteristic note, in fact, the only one that doesn't truly have a diminished chord on the characteristic note, is locker-in flat 4 double flat 7, which has its diminished chord, you guessed it, squarely on the 1. Which basically means you could modulate temporarily to locker-in flat 4 double flat 7, and then you could practically modulate to all 12 keys. Well, make that all 24 keys. Or once you actually factor in that you only have 15 keys, major and minor, you can modulate to all 30 keys. And once you factor in that you have really 6 modes usable, because locker-in is unusable, you can modulate to a grand total of 90 different keys. And then if you use some of the weirder ones, like Phrygian Dominant, you could probably modulate. And if you're using some of the weirder ones, if some of the weirder keys are on your repertoire, like Phrygian Dominant, harmonic major, even harmonic minor, wow, you can modulate to probably at least 200 different keys. Just from, say you're in melodic minor, harmonic minor, then use this instead, and then just go, and then just follow the necessary steps. And boom, I'm an E flat minor. I was C harmonic minor. How did I land up in E flat minor? Well, that's it for today. That is it for today. I'm stopping recording in 3, 2, 1.